Hello YouTube, this is Thongger and welcome to another Dawn of War 2 Retribution online commentary video. This game is played on the Argus Desert Gate. It is a 3v3 game and it is a replay sent to me by one of my viewers and subscribers, Team NITRO. Just want to say thank you for all your kind messages. Really keeps me coming back to make more videos. You guys are awesome and I wouldn't be making these videos if it wasn't for your feedback and for your kind emails. So anyway, let's have a look at this map. I understand there was weekend sales, so there's probably quite a number of new players on the field. So for their benefit, I'm just gonna have a look at the map over here. Down the left, this is quite a laney map, and by lanes I mean the map is segregated into 3 main lanes. In the bottom lane we have the majority of the power nodes. Each team has a natural wreck and a natural power node. There's one contested power node in between them. The middle lane has the majority of the victory points. It has a natural wreck point, a natural victory point for each team, and in the middle there is a contested power node and a contested requisition point. Up north there's a mixture of both. There's a natural wreck point, natural power node, and there's a contested victory point with a big building built into the cliff face over here. Usually you have tech marines or plague marines bunkering up in here to get some shots off, or sometimes a warp sprite as well. There's some towers scattered throughout the map, and these walls are usually good for containing players within the separate lanes, but you do have big heroes like the Hive Tyrant, the Warboss, and the Chaos Lord, who are more than capable of busting through these little walls. Sentinels and other big units like Terminators, Dreadnoughts, and Vicos are also perfectly capable of breaking through those walls. Anyway, let's have a look at the teams over here. On the red team we have syderwarp of the BS, I don't know what that means. Anyway, syderwarp, he's playing as the Space Wolves over here, blue and gold color scheme, and we have, I don't know how to say his name. I'm just gonna refer to him as the Red Hive Tyrant. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. And we have the player who sent me this replay, Team NITRO, playing as the Orc Warboss. So the red team has all offensive heroes, quite similar to the last game I casted. Oh yes, before I start, I also made a top 10 tips video for all you new players out there. I've had some requests of people asking me to make a tips video, so I have it made. It's a couple of videos down. You just have to scroll down on my playlist and it will be there. It's not official, it's just what I can think of at the top of my head, and it's sort of what I keep running in the back of my mind when I do play games, which isn't very often. I'm not a good player by any stretch of the imagination. I just try my best and I just play this game for fun anyway. On the red team, blue team over here we have Skelito, Pengishu. I'm just gonna call him Skelito, or the Lord General. He is playing as the Grey Lord General. Has the Lord General right there with his manly moustache, a bolt gun, a power sword, and 2 Stormtrooper retinue members. And then we have Mercury playing as the disgusting plague champion over here, and those are his disgusting cultists. And we have Shibbit playing as the Black Legion Chaos Lord, very big, very mean, very monstrous, very manly, and very deadly. Anyway, let's kick things off right here. And right off initial build orders, we have Slugger Boys being pulled out by Team NITRO. Forgive the skipping frame rates, my laptop always takes a bit to warm up. Anyway, we have Team NITRO just busting through all these walls over here. It's always useful to break open the walls and make it a little easier for your teammates to come and reinforce you and whatnot. But sometimes you don't want to be breaking open too many walls because that makes you vulnerable to flanking. And then we have the Hive Tyrant and the Force Commander doubling up top. The Hive Tyrant player not even bothering to go for the natural requisition point. Seems that Mercury is not bothering for the natural rec points, heading straight for the contested points as well. And Shibbit not really doing much. He hasn't even put out a second squad yet, still with his cultists. And yeah, so we have the Lord General, Imperial Guard player capturing up north over here, and we have his fearsome Sentinel. We have Team NITRO pulling out double Slugger Boys and a Shooter Boy, always useful to have against Chaos, although he has to be careful of the Slugger Boys and those Doom Blasts. And then we have some initial contact being hit off over here. We have a model loss of going down on the Hormagaun's. The Hormagaun's very cheap. Here, Force Commander pulling off his battle cry, striking at this Sentinel. Sentinel gets a War Stomp off but misses the scouts and only gets the Force Commander, but the Force Commander isn't knocked back because he's under the influence, but he's really getting focus fired by all the guardsmen and all those space marines, so he has to be very careful, otherwise he's gonna go, oh my goodness, down goes the Force Commander. And now these tactical marines are getting hit by a Doom Blast. Those tactical marines are in big trouble, but mailing away at those heretics. One of the tactical marines goes down. This tactical marine squad has to be very careful, but this scouting squad is very low on hit points, getting hammered by these scouts. Very low on hit points, down to 17 hit points in those scouts. Oh, will those scouts be able to finish? Oh no, that heretic squad just barely gets out there with a single hit point. Now this scout squad needs to get out there. It's very low on hit points. And the Hive Tyrant is coming up north. I'm not sure where the Hive Tyrant was. Anyway, we do have Team Nitro engaging the Chaos Lord over here. All his orcs bunching on this Chaos Lord. This Chaos Lord has to be very careful. I think his cultist went, oh, killed a weak going off and doing terrible damage to all those orcs, but and restoring all his hit points to almost full, knocking back the Warboss over here. But he's just a bit overextended, not really doing much. I'm not sure if this player knows that X is the retreat button, but anyway, down goes that Chaos Lord. But anyway, not hesitating to revive his Chaos Lord right off the bat, but he really needs to pull out something like Chaos Space Marines, and there we go, Chaos Space Marines. You know, Mercury and the Lord General doing well up here, building a turret that's gonna cover this victory point over here, and the Tyranid player has lost a Hormagaun squad, so we do have lots of squad losses on both sides. We do have double scout sergeants being placed on these scouts, so a double grenade spike could be quite deadly. And we have Team Nitro and we here uncapping the natural power node for the blue team, so the blue team is gonna be a bit behind in the tech race, seeing as they have two fully pumped out gen farms down south, although their northern gen farm has been getting harassed quite consistently, and they do have the middle power node as well. Anyway, Shibbit is pulling out Chaos Space Marines and Chaos Havoc, so really should be moving out to cap this point. His team will not be able to advance much with such a power deficit. I mean, this Force Commander really should be picking him up, but maybe the Hive Time could swarm through. Okay, anyway, we do have these scouts with shotguns and with a grenade. These scouts, the Sentinels might bust through that wall to get to those scouts and lay those scouts bare for all those guys to hit. Oh, we do have a grenade going off, the grenade not hitting the Sentinel. I have seen Elder Plasma grenades destroy a Sentinel in a single grenade, so the Sentinel has to be quite careful of that. But these scouts really won't be able to do much because they just don't have the hit points to tank everything. And we do have a grenade, but the Imperial Guard player sees the power drop and he wisely moves out of position. Now these scouts are in a bad position. Where are those tactical marines not doing much? Watching their initiates run into combat and get killed. Those scouts taking terrible damage. Now the tactical marines are coming forward, but only those tactical marines won't be able to do much. They're just really horribly outnumbered, and but the Tyranid horde, quadruple Hormagaun squads moving forward, but these tactical marines taking terrible damage. One thing to note, when your units are in heavy cover, they take lots of damage from flamers. If you have to take flamer hits, do it in open, your units will take less damage. And we have, oh, terrible damage being done to all these Hormagaun squads. The Tyranid player losing almost all his forces. Well, not really losing all his forces, that's a little StarCraft joke right there. Anyway, yes, well, he is going to lose all his forces if he runs into this heavy bolter squad. Yes, the Tyranid player has lost all his forces against, oh my goodness gracious me. We have the Force Commander being put out the Armor Alacrity and the Power Sword, but he's not going to be able to do much. The Tyranid player lost all his forces over there, although he did take an Imperial Guard squad with him, and now Team Nitro pretty much has dominant control of the middle of the map, running around and hammering and slapping around with his big hammer. Oh, there, that poor heretic taking a chain hammer to the face. And we do have this big blob of Chaos Marines over here. So once more we have a grenade going out, and we have these Imperial Guardsmen. One thing to note, the heavy weapons team does not have las guns. One way of, so if you order your heavy weapons team to attack something, they will just sort of blindly charge towards it and try and engage the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. and get meleeed and get killed as a result of that. Anyway, oh my, we do have Team Nitro taking some terrible damage. A Slugger, I think he did lose his entire Shooter Boy squad. Oh my, that Slugger Boy squad making out with 4 hit points. This Slugger Boy squad is the record with the Warboss. I'm not sure if he's gonna get out there. A few more melee. Oh, down goes Team Nitro's melee damage. So terrible damage to Team Nitro right there. And the blue team forging ahead with Skelito coming out with Katachan Devils, a heavy weapons team, a Guardsman squad. The blue team and red team in a terrible position over here. Just these double scouts and tactical marines. Those tactical marines aren't doing much. We have a plague grenade going off, hitting the force commander, not doing much damage, seeing as the force commander is a big man. Oh, pulling off a special attack with his power sword. This plague champion is a big. Oh my goodness, that was a great strike with the power sword, doing terrible damage to the plague champion. Now these marines are coming forward. They fear nothing, and these scouts. This Mercury has to be careful of all these grenade scouts running around. The force commander of his power sword is quite deadly against marines, will do terrible damage to anything caught in his path. And now the Tyranid player already hit tier 2, surprisingly, and going to be getting a Tyrant Guard, and Team Nitro is hitting tier 2 as well. And we have a third, no, he's not going for a scout, so he's going for tier 2, wise choice. Although I would have liked to see Assault Marines or even a Devastator or another squad. Syderwarp not being very great with his use of grenades over here. Those grenades are a bit too predictable and easy to dodge if you're just going to attack with scouts, because your opponent's full attention is going to be on those scouts and he's going to be waiting for that energy drop and just has to move a little bit out of it. Anyway, we have Team Nitro coming forward with double Slugger Boys and 1 Shooter Boy hitting Shibbit again. Shibbit, those heretics need to be getting out of there. Oh my goodness, I don't think that, no Doom Blast as well. And all these Chaos Marines are diving in, taking terrible damage, although the Slugger Boys are taking some damage as well. As Chaos Space Marines are very tough. This oh, terrible damage to the Slugger Boy squad, and the Chaos Space Marines actually fight off all those Slugger Boys in melee combat. I think those Chaos Space Marines may have the Eternal War upgrade, and those Chaos Heretics with the grenade launchers will be doing terrible damage to those Slugger Boys. So Team Nitro being forced back again. We do have triple Tyrant Guards. The Tyranid player must like his units in a quadruple or triple of one kind. So we'll see what a homogeneous build of a full Tyrant Guard squad will actually do here. That's quite impressive. Although I'm not sure if, well, I'm not sure if Tyrant Guard is what he really needs right now, because these heavy, well, I guess he could use those heavy bolters and not much AV on the field, although the heavy weapon squad could easily turn in an auto cannon team or last cannon team and we'll be able to do terrible damage to the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant Guard forging ahead, no support whatsoever. We do have Team Nitro pulling out a Death Dread as well, so that will give him some much needed punch against Shibbit, who still is not hitting tier 2, although capping this point. He really needs to be spreading his troops out more, taking advantage of all this precious green cover on. Anyway, this Tyrant Guard charging forward, taking some heavy dash. Tyrant Guards have super heavy infantry armor, not vehicle armor, so they are still susceptible to plasma damage and concentrated heavy bolter fire. So this Tyrant Guard just taking terrible damage from that heavy weapon squad. It needs to be hitting that heavy weapon squad, and those Katachans actually doing quite considerable damage. This Tyrant Guard really isolated. Where are the rest of those Tyrant Guards? What a waste of a time. Oh, the Tyrant Guard's bunkering down. It may be able to survive this onslaught, as Flamers won't be able to do much damage to it, but it needs support right away. It does seem that the red team has capped the blue team's natural rec point and natural VP, and this Tyrant Guard is just healing away, being able to take out this punishment. And we do have the blue team heading out. Oh, we do have a creeping Basilisk barrage incoming, but it seemed, oh, that force commander getting tossed about, but he is a tough guy. Oh, getting tossed right into the path of all those heavy bolter ties. He needs to get out of that. He's gonna go down. He needs to fall, but I think he is falling back. And when these scouts are right behind this turret, they need to be throwing a grenade on it. A grenade will absolutely wreck those heavy bolter turrets. And we do have a plague grenade. Oh my, that Space Marine squad is very low on hit points, needs to be getting out of there, getting hit by a plague grenade and losing several models. Those scouts, hurl a grenade for goodness sake, throw a grenade please. Anyway, this Tyrant Guard still healing away. Those scouts, that force commander didn't escape out of those tactical Space Marines taking lots of damage, may lose another model to all this last gun fire. Oh, they were fortunate to heavy. Oh, grenade blast going off, almost knocking out the squad, but I think they're gonna get out of there. And those scouts really whittling down this turret's health. Oh, I think they might be trying to get a grenade spike off of, but too predictable. The Chaos player sees that and the grenade spike is completely ineffective, and now those tactical space marines have the full attention on the scouts, and those scouts are in big trouble. Anyway, what happened down south is Team NITRO managed to push the Chaos player back, and we do have triple Chaos Havocs for Shibbit over here. Very interesting build choice. Nothing still in tier 1, very interesting. And we do have another Tyrant Guard. Oh my gosh, 5 Tyrant Guards. What are all these Tyrant Guards doing? What is this Hive Tyrant doing? So many units. Can you say stack more, please? And these scouts are in big trouble, getting hit by the sniper, losing a model, and they need to get out of there. And now these scouts are gonna have a retreat path right through the full army. See, this Tyrant Guard is back on his feet doing some damage, but Tyrant Guard's really doing quite a lot of damage to those Imperial Guardsmen actually, but this Tyrant Guard really needs to be targeting those Catachans. You really want to be laying down the hurt on these Catachans, but Catachans have power melee, and actually they're doing quite a lot of damage to the Tyrant Guard, but those Catachans really don't have the hit points to tank a Tyrant Guard, and the Tyrant Guard is gonna jump back into melee. Oh, now is the perfect. Oh, we do have a grenade going off. What? Boom! Oh, hitting the Plague Marines. The Plague Marines are extremely tough to kill, and when one pops, he heals the rest of them. And now these Plague Marines getting suppressed, but suppressing has no effect on the Plague Marines. And the Shotgun Blast does 0 damage, and yeah, Plague Marines resisted the most knockback. And now we do have these Chaos Havocs. Oh dear, they're in big trouble. Yes, it appears Shibbit learned how to use retreat button, but to no effect, as the Killer Can and those Slugger Boys are right on top of him. And we do have a Knob leader as well. Look at that Knob. He has a power melee weapon, which will be very effective against all these Chaos Space Marines over here. Now this Tyrant Guard is just healing. We do have a 6th Tyrant Guard coming out. It seems this Tyrant Guard horde is moving out. Let's see what this Tyrant Guard horde will do. Quite a lot, I would think. But those Plague Marines and those Blood Letters or whatnot would be able to hurt those guys. And here you can see the Killer Can getting an excellent flank on these Chaos Havocs. These Chaos Havocs really need to be getting out of there, otherwise they will have a retreat path once those Orc Slugger Boys get some knockback on those Chaos Havocs. Oh my goodness. This Chaos Havoc may be able to get out of there. He's getting peppered in the back. But this Chaos Havoc squad, what is it? What are you doing, Chaos Marine squad? Oh, we do have an Orc War Truck by Team NITRO coming over here, and here we have the horde of the Tyrant Guard, and we have Team NITRO going to support his Force Commander ally over here. And oh, Tyranid Tyrant Guard, why are you destroying your own power nodes? You want to be destroying the central node, not the individual power generators. Anyway, oh, we have the charge of the Tyrant Guard, and wow, I don't think anything can stand up to this Tyrant Guard charge over here. These Tyrant Guards are just tearing into the Sentinel. The Sentinel needs to be getting out of there. Those Flamers are doing nothing to the Tyrant Guards, and oh yes, we do have a full retreat, and those turrets are doing absolutely squat to all those Tyrant Guards. I'm not sure if the blue team has accounted to this. Oh, are you serious? Do we have Terminators coming in? Yes, we do have Terminators. Somewhere we did lose those Tactical Space Marines, but does it really matter at this point? We have 6 Tyrant Guards in the field and Terminators. I don't think the blue team can recover from this. So but the blue team, red team really needs to get a triple cap at this point, but not that it really matters. I don't think anything can stand up to 6 Tyrant Guards, and if those Tyrant Guards can just walk in the base, that would absolutely base rape the blue team, and it appears that is what Tyrant Guard player is doing. And Force Command armed with the Sacred Standard, that would turn these Terminators into a freight train that would be nigh unstoppable. Oh, we do have a Manticore barge incoming. Those scouts need to move, yes. Oh dear. And oh, here come the unstoppable Tyrant Guards. This is pretty much 2 full squads of Tyrant Guards. We do have the Sarge. He is doing some pretty good damage with his melter gun, but once those Tyrant Guards engage the squad in melee, that's pretty much it, and they do splash damage, and those Catachans are taking terrible damage. They need to be getting out of there, because they share the leaders share damage with the squad, so the leaders stand around. Even if the rest of the squad members retreat, they're going to take terrible damage, and the squad members will die. And we do have the Tyrant Guard horde charging into the blue team's base, but they will be taking some pretty considerable damage from all these heavy bolted turrets over here, so that may not be such a good choice. And we do have a lasgun team over here, and these Tyrant Guards are probably going to get massacred by the base defenses, seeing as they are quite vulnerable to the heavy bolter attacks. But it looks like they just got anchored down. I think that we do have all these Tyrant Guards just setting up camp in the enemy base. That will slow them down while Team Nitro unleashes some good hurt, but those Plague Marines are busy exploding all over the place, killing lots of orcs, but that war truck will allow the orcs to reinforce on the field, so there's pretty much nothing that can stop Team Nitro here. Now he has a clear shot at the generators in that war truck. Quite nigh unstoppable in that war truck of his. And oh, we have the Terminators coming in, and Terminators, we do have one Tyrant Guard dying. And what is this, I wonder? What is this? Is this a Tyranniform? No, it is... Ooh, Warrior Brood. I'm not sure how useful this Warrior Brood will be. Oh, we do have a IED over here, but those Terminators, if they get... Oh yes, the IED going on, doing terrible damage to this Warrior Brood taking terrible damage on all these heavy bolter turrets, where these Terminators are a bit out of position, but who cares? The Terminators are just absolutely killing all these Kalachans. These Kalachans don't stand a chance whatsoever. And wow, the Imperial Guard base actually has a pretty considerable amount of guns on it, and those Terminators are actually taking quite a lot of damage. And we do have a Manticore Parade bombarding all these Tyrant Guards, so the Tyrant Guards are starting to take casualties, and those Terminators may not be walking out of this base alive because they're getting hit by that last cannon. And we do have Bloodletters coming in, and we do have a Blood Crusher on the field as well, so I don't think these Terminators they're really taking casualty, and those Kalachans actually just reinforcing at base, so I don't think those Kalachans will yep, that Terminator squad is dead. Dead is dead, taking the rocket to the face and going down. Boom. And now this Tyrant Guard is in big trouble. But while all this has been happening, Team Nitro has just been pretty much running rampage, controlling the middle of the map over here. They really need to be capturing these points over here, because syderwarp has pretty much lost his entire army, probably saving up for a land raider. That's probably what he's doing right now. So Team Nitro providing the numbers for his army, for his allies over here, running around, doing lots of damage. And we do have the Blood Crush blue team coming out here. The blue team can actually get on the field in the next few minutes. The red team's actually going to be in pretty big trouble, because only Team Nitro has any considerable numbers in the field. Yes, we do have a land raider coming out, just as I thought. Not sure what this Hive Town is doing, just been sitting back at the base. I'm not sure how much micro you really need to control two Tyrant Guards over here, but these two Tyrant Guards are just pretty much running around the base. They really need to be going for this Manticore over here. If we could just get a Tyranniform Team Nitro, if he could call in rocks on the enemy base, that would absolutely cause terrible damage. And oh, the Killer Can doing terrible damage to the Chaos Lord and bringing him down. And all these Bloodletters with the heavy melee doing lots of damage to this Death Dread over here. But oh, this War Truck has his rear armor presented, but the Bloodletters being quite fragile and squishy, just being driven off here. And these Slugger Boys, oh, I'm not sure this. Oh, down goes the Cultist squad over here, and we do have the Warboss under his Power Claw, making him dealing heavy melee damage, makes him effective against all targets, and he can pretty much kill everything. So this Tyrant Guard still being annoying at base, and we do have this Ripper Swarm dying at long. Oh my goodness, that poor little Ripper Swarm being tossed around like a goldfish. And these Kalachan Devils dealing considerable damage in tank. Oh, we do have a Manticore Barrage. Oh, they're incoming! Oh, doing terrible damage to all these orcs, but fortunately they didn't take too many missiles. Oh, this Warboss there with that Power Claw of his doing terrible damage to that Blood Crusher. Oh, that Warboss could actually just tank this kill. Oh, actually maybe not. He has quite a lot of war gear decked up, but now the Warboss has his horde behind him, and he about faces, and with that Power Claw of his, he can do some pretty good damage to this Chaos Lord. And even in his Terminator armor, he's just slapping it around, and oh, Shibbit is in big trouble. Oh, boom! Takes the Power Claw to the face, and down goes that Chaos Lord. And these cultists taking terrible damage from the Shooter squad over here. And this Bloodletter squad has to be very careful, very horribly outnumbered over here. And we do have lots of heroes down in the field. The blue team, pretty much all the heroes are dead over here, and we do have the Hive Tyrant. He might as well be dead for all the good he's done. And we do have these Plague Marine squads running around behind enemy lines, just bunkering on this building. Not sure what they're doing actually. And these scouts just running some disruption, running into the Kalachans. Kalachans probably gonna be able to fight them off. Oh, knockback, and the scouts doing some pretty considerable damage with their shotguns over there. Oh, knocking out a model. That's quite surprising that the Kalachans lost a model that early. Oh, but now the scouts get knocked back and turn. Oh, a grenade blast as well. So these scouts had to get out of there because they won't be able to stand up to those Kalachans. I was surprised they managed to knock out a Kalechan model actually, but now Team Nitro has put out knobs, and they have their huge armors, and they probably have meaner and greener on them as well, and they have a knob leader, so 5 knobs capable of doing heavy melee. And Syderwarp is floating tons of resources over here. Oh, his Land Raider doing terrible damage to all these Kalachans. Is absolutely shredding these Kalachans over here. This Kalachan taking a fistful of assault cannon, but oh, there, down he goes. And these Kalachans really need to be getting out there, just taking a face full of assault cannon barrage over here. Oh, down goes another Kalachan. Oh, just get absolutely gibbed to shreds. And we do have the knobs just capping this point. I think that's pretty much it for the blue team over here. Even if the Hive Tyrant has been big negligible, he did have his whole army. He did have his Hive Tyrant just camping at enemy base. Oh, we do have the Force Commander sporting some pretty pimpin' gear over here. In this cape, Battle Standard and Hammer. But these double scouts pushing forward, they know no fear. And just hammering at this Lord General with his shotgun. And actually giving one model, surprisingly. And this Land Raider is just inching forward. Oh, we do have a magical barrage incoming. Those scouts have to be very careful getting hit by missile barrages. And I'm not sure what those scouts are doing, but that's pretty much the game. I don't think the blue team can recover from this. So anyway, that was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast. It was quite an interesting game to say the least, but yeah. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and if you want me to cast any of your games, send them to Thongger at hotmail.my. I'll post a link in the description box below. And yeah, that's it. See you guys next time, and take care.